here, black people. We are still on this FBA thing, okay? Because we're going to have this conversation. I tried to do a live. We're going to do another one next week. We have to be willing to talk about something that is uncomfortable. There are African Americans who have experienced disrespect, stereotypes, and even a certain level of distaste from Africans towards Black Americans. I've experienced it myself. I've encountered some Africans who don't necessarily view African Americans as their brothers and sisters simply because we are all black. No, that's not the case, okay? And I'm not going to pretend that tension doesn't exist just because acknowledging it makes the conversation uncomfortable for some people. Now, I'm not saying all Africans, because Africa is an enormous continent made up of different countries, ethnic groups, cultures, languages, viewpoints. There are absolutely Africans who do love and respect and defend and identify with African Americans, okay? But it's okay to maintain a very clear distinction between Black Americans and African Americans without having a negative stereotype, okay? I don't believe still that, again, that we should be condemning all Africans to establish our own distinction, okay? Some immigrants come to America primarily for economic and educational opportunities while, still maintaining some type of strong hold to their own cultural identities connected to their own home countries. Some even, intend on returning back home when they retire here, okay? And there's absolutely nothing inherently wrong with that. But understand the difference, please. For foundational Black Americans, America is home. Our ancestors didn't immigrate here looking for an economic opportunity. Our history here was forged through slavery, followed by generations of laws and institutions that restricted our freedom, our wealth, our education, our housing, voting rights, and other various economic equality. So we don't have another country to go back to. So when we say FBA, it doesn't mean we hate Africans. It doesn't have to mean that. It can simply mean we finally recognize ourselves as distinct American, ethnic, and historical group with a specific lineage and history, as well as contributions and claims to this land. And yes, we can acknowledge the broader African diaspora while doing that. Of course, absolutely. But solidarity has to definitely be reciprocal, okay? African Americans should not be expected to erase our identity, our lineage, our grievances, our political interest in the name of a one-sided version of Black unity. At the same time, we shouldn't stereotype millions of Africans because of the negative, experiences that some have given us. Respect has to travel in both directions. Plain and simple. It's the balance, right, that I'm advocating for. Don't confuse distinction with division, but don't demand unity while refusing
at the next light, turn left,
and disrespect. Please. Love you. Be good to each other.